Is this the ideal game following defeat in Paris? No motivation needed for a Merseyside derby, I suppose.
I don't understand 100% why we needed a defeat at Paris to make sure that we will be fully motivated for the Everton game. So that's of course no need for that. But it's the game we have, and it's the special game. I have to say, since I'm in, it always felt different. It always was different in the preparation. The only bad thing is that we have not enough time, never, to really prepare it. So it's like you have a big game and then 3 years later you play the next game. In an ideal world, we would have a week to prepare it, and we could talk about it. We could build up a lot of things. So now it's a bit different, but that's the only thing. All the rest is exactly like it should be. Big game. Good, really good opponent. The games were always difficult in the last few years, of course, but the improvement of Everton is obvious. So it's a completely different team, different style. It's good.
You're unbeaten in Merseyside derbies. It's Marco Silva's first. Does that matter at all? Does managerial experience matter in these games?
It didn't matter when I had my first one, so why should it now? We are all used to that, to similar things, even if it's not exactly the same thing. I'm not 100% sure which derby Marco Silva played, but I don't think that he will think about that in a moment. What's the big difference? So at the end, it's a football game with special emotions and a special importance. So that's how it is. No, unfortunately, I don't think it's a big thing.
You're still unbeaten in the Premier League, obviously, but there still seems to be a view out there, even from fans that I talk to, that you're not quite firing on all cylinders. You're not quite the Liverpool of last season. What's your take on that? And do you need to do anything differently, or are you concerned?
We need to work. We need to improve. We know that, but that's always like this. It was last year like that, and it's a bit of the nature of the thing. As long as defense is not stable, everybody's talking about it in the moment when it's stable, and it's not important anymore. So then it's not interesting anymore. That people, not only I don't know if our supporters really talk about that. I have no clue. But people in general are a bit like this. But it's all in the league really all good so far. We had really good performances. We had fantastic pieces of football. I know that. It's only I would talk to people about that if they watch games again and again, and say then the same opinion afterwards. If they say, well, it was here or there, not that good, because we created plenty of chances, wonderful chances, and a few we didn't use them. That's the thing. I spoke a second ago to a colleague of you, and I said one of the best football pieces we played so far since I'm in was against Fulham. In the end, Mo cannot score, so it was 2 or 3 1-2s in and around the box, and in the end we don't score. If you score from a situation like that, you say, "Wow, what's that?" And it's no problem. It's good that people talk about something, and Liverpool is involved. That's really good, but of course, nothing really to worry about. But that we have to improve. That we have to develop. We know that, and that we have to play on our. Really 100% against Everton on Sundays is clear as well, because that's a really demanding game.
Marco Silva will be the 4th Everton manager that you've faced since you've been in charge at Liverpool. Has he got them playing the football that's the biggest threat to you now?
Yes, it would be not too nice for all the other managers. He has the best squad as well. So that's how it is. So they brought in players, and he wanted, because he knew him, Richarlison, or what a player he is. Last year already Walcott came in, which is really good. Bernard came in this year, Gomez came in this year, Mina came in this year. So since I'm in, Everton was always really busy, but now it's the best tuned squad, 100%. So I know 1 year or 2 years ago they spoke about Rooney came back, Sigurdsson came, said okay, together they cannot play, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Because lack of speed and all these things, then was everything there, creativity, speed, good organization, with Coleman back and fit, obviously, Keane settled and fit, being a brilliant player, very important for the build-up and everything, and then Digne, like the young Baines, if you want. A really good team, and of course England's number one in the goal. So that's a proper squad, and it would be in all leagues in Europe. I'm 100% sure would be a European team for whichever competition. But England, it's quite difficult, but the development and improvement is obvious.
And in terms of your own team, you're missing the captain obviously for this one. I'm just wondering how big a miss he will be, Jordan Henderson, for this one, and how your squad's looking in general.
So first of all, how you probably know, I don't like to talk too much about players we don't have available. It's just we knew it after the Watford game at Henderson. So we will not miss him because it was clear that he's not in. So we have to play without him. That's how it is. And as long as all the others are fit, we have solutions for that. That's good. As a person, he's in a dressing room. He only is not on the pitch. So before the game, he can be in the dressing room and everything, and can do whatever he's doing in other games. So that's it. But that's one thing. The squad situation, not 100% sure in the moment, to be honest, because it's the day before yesterday we played, and I can imagine it was a quite intense game, and we got a lot of knocks. And we have to see. It's good that we have this one day more. It's not Wednesday, Saturday. That would be really difficult. But Wednesday, Sunday will be enough to have a nearly full squad then. But it's not. I don't know exactly how the situation will be tomorrow for training.
Thank you.
Jurgen, speaking to some of the players in the mix zone on Wednesday night after the game, talk about the disappointment and the frustration, but they were saying in a way this is I know you touched on it earlier, this is like an ideal game to let that frustration out, but also because of the way the fixtures are, and you said there hasn't been a lot of time to prepare for it, it kind of dictates that you can't allow that disappointment to linger when you're going from one disappointment, say, in Paris to the Merseyside derby. So how do they kind of manage those situations?
If you would have let us play a game immediately after the game on Wednesday, we would have played. In the best case against the same opponent again. That was the overall feeling. So we were not happy with what we did, we were not happy with what they did. So it's like, but it's not that you really keep that then 3-4 days. We are all normal human beings. If you are angry about something and you are next day exactly the same, angry, and then the next day again, there must be something really serious. So we are used to that. We knew before that we played a weekend Everton. I don't think we need an extra portion of motivation because we lost Paris and because of the things that happened there on the pitch that we have to need that for that game. In the moment when you sign a contract for Liverpool, you know that you sign that you understand 100% your responsibility for these games. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Nobody has to tell you. You know it. Everybody knows about these derbies. Everybody. Players want to be part of it before they join the club. That's how it is, and so that's what we want to use. And of course the crowd as well, Anfield as well. So it's 4 o'clock, 4:15, 4:15. And if we are ready at 4 o'clock, it's no problem as well, to be honest. And so it's a good time. Nearly dark. No, it's dark already at 4, right? Yeah, perfect. So everything is there, what we need, and then let's go out and fight for each yard. That's the plan. Because talking about football too much, of course, it's important. But there were different games, how I said in the past, when it was clear that Everton will be very passive, will try to stay deep and all that stuff. That's not the case now. So here it will be a proper fight. Open spaces, speed on the other side, speed on our side, so stuff like that. It will be a proper football game.
And no one will be rolling over.
Rolling over. Being overly aggressive.
Oh yes.
Oh no! Look, we never have been. So why should I think? We all know that in the last few derbies, there was always 1 or 2 situations. We were always on the suffering side in these situations, but that's how it is. Everybody saw these situations. It's again something, if you think it was too much, then you write it, or if not, then forget it. But from our side, we were always very aggressive, but in a legal way. So, and we don't play Paris again, we play Everton. It has nothing to do with the Wednesday game.
Yes, Mike.
Jurgen, you were able to bounce back from the defeats in Naples and Belgrade. Was there something sort of quite different about the PSG game, in as much as the frustration of the players, not just in the result, not just in the performance, but frustrated at the sort of the inability, the refereeing decisions? A lot of things sort of went against you. Are you afraid that might leave some sort of hangover, possibly?
It never happened so far, so I'm not afraid about that. But we have another 2 days and sessions to have a look. So far, it didn't look like. That's how it is. It's just we lost the football game. Unfortunately, it's not the first time in our life, and more unfortunately, it's not the last time will not be the last time in our life. So that's how it is. And reaction is always important. And we showed reaction. You're right, and we want to show reaction. We want to play better. We have to play better than we did in Paris. But that's all. You cannot always carry the last game in the next game. If you can use it, do it. Is it you win 5-0? Is then what do you use? Do you use the confidence of the 5-0, or do you work for, because people maybe misunderstand the clear result and will do only 80% in the next game? So that's always the challenge we face. But it's something I only see. My judgment can only be based on what I see on the pitch in the training ground. And so far, the reaction was like I expected. Players were of course frustrated about the result, about the parts of our performance. Well, as I said, it was a very intense game from both sides. Second half was good enough to get something there, and all that stuff. That's how it is, but we didn't get it. So unfortunately, as a professional football player, you need to be used to that, because it happens from time to time.
You've got a great home record. Unbeaten this season in the league. How important can this game be in sort of just making sure that the bandwagon continues and everything?
Yeah, unbelievably important, because it only will continue if we get the result we want to. Of course, that's how it is. But how I said, of all the people know it already. I don't have to say it. It's not that we have to overly respectful for them, but you make an analysis of Everton, and then after tell me. It will be an easy game. Tell me, here they have weaknesses, here they have weaknesses. They defend really, really good. And there are good players on all positions and all that stuff. So, but that means that we have that as well. So will be a fight, nothing else. It will not be the most easy game in the world. But nobody expects that usually in a derby. So, and we shouldn't do that this time. So we will not. If anybody else would do it, I can't believe that. So we have to be ready for a proper fight, and that's how derby should be.
Jurgen, you say that, but your record against Everton at Anfield is so good. Does that almost make the pressure greater because you're expected to beat them? And it's difficult.
I mean, if you wouldn't say that, I would not even think about it. What, you mean pressure on me?
No, on generally the result, because you so.
How can I know what people make of that? So I'm not a bit interested in. I couldn't tell you which result we had last year against. I know the 0-0 we played there, but the home game I don't know. So it's not important. Different teams, different managers, different times. Everything is different. Different day. So I don't know who we played last year before that, and was it after 1 week preparation? Was it in a very busy period or what? I don't know. It's because it's not important. Important is that we are prepared for that game, and that's what we have to make sure, that we are prepared for that game. If one of my players would go in the game, it would give me a little bit of feeling and these things, because we won so far since we are together, pretty much all home games, then will happen anyway. So of course it will not be part of the game. That's clear. If I can see that before the game, if I see it in the game, it's a bit more difficult. But that's all. Nothing. You can nothing make with these results in the past or whatever. It's just good that we won these games or got results from these games. the most exciting one was the late winner of Sadio at Everton. Honestly, that was really great. Felt unbelievable. There were good games we played against Everton at home. That's true. There we were always really competitive. Always really took the atmosphere. But that's it. We have to make sure as a club, as a team, that we really create an atmosphere which will be that exceptional that it makes it even a bit more easy for the players to come in at 100% fighting mood. So really create an exceptional atmosphere. You know about your job to do and help the team. I really think the boys deserve it 100%, that we make something special of it. And then we still have to deliver on the pitch. But we know that, how I said, in a moment when we sign the contract here. So, the boys are looking forward to it 100%.
There have been a couple of games, Paris being one, where your start has been not very good. But are you missing some of that fire that you became associated with last season? The intensity of knocking over sides in the first half.
Not missing, but you're right. At Paris, I was not happy with the start. It was clear that will be intense from the Paris side. You saw the lineup, you saw everything. The situation was clear. It was really on the plate, and we needed longer. Didn't like that. That's true. So yeah, I think we have to set the intensity in a game, especially when the last one would have helped. But in general, I think we have to set in the limit. Yeah.
Jurgen, do you feel like you've got a problem in midfield at the moment in terms of sometimes it's not been as controlled as you preferred and of Watford aside, and maybe not as creative enough?
It's not as controlled as I want.
It's been overrun a few times.
We conceded 5 goals and we talk about our midfield is overrun. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. I heard about that. We could have scored more goals, creativity. No, I don't see any problems in midfield.
Yeah, with Jordan being out this weekend, obviously not just missing the qualities he brings as a player, but also his knowledge of what Merseyside derbies are all about and sort of the intensity of the fixture. Are you confident with, obviously a lot of your options in central midfield are quite new to the club, are you confident that they're ready to step into a game like this?
Yeah, absolutely. When I said the player, we are the whole week together, so most of the time they talk to each other, so they all know about it.
He's talking enough though to ready him for it.
He is not available, so what should I do? Ask the FA or what's that?
No, but I mean more, are you confident that the ones
Yes.
who come in to replace him are ready in terms of what you've seen in training, not necessarily telling them about it, but...
I thought we chose a team where I think they are ready, to be honest. I really don't get a lot of your questions today, but sorry, maybe you are not happy with my answers, but I don't understand it. Why should I think about that? So, are they ready? We will see. We have to prove it. You ask me, and if I would say now, I think we have a real problem with that. I don't have enough time to make them ready for a derby. What kind of idiot would I be? So I don't ask questions when the answer is not already clear on the plate. You ask a question, I say yes, I think they are ready, but we have to prove it on Sunday.